Sundaramgaru.
Since you have grown spiritually to glorious heights, you might have gained personally also. I think you do not have a direct guru.
Sri Nannagaru.
What do you mean by direct guru? The question of direct guru never occurred to me. I know much more about Bhagavan than those who served him for about 10 years and lived very close to him. I am closer to the heart of Bhagavan than those who lived close to him for 20 to 30 years. The question you asked never arose in my mind. I never felt any difference in him, with or without his body. The thought of searching for another guru didn't arise at all. I don't feel hurt even if somebody comments that Ramana Maharishi was not a Gyani, nor would my love for him reduce. Even the idea of looking for another religion did not occur. I am not at all worried about others' comments. What is more important for me is the experience I directly enjoy from Bhagavan. I feel the personal touch of Bhagavan in my heart.
Sundaramgaru.
I think many people come to you.
Sri Nannagaru.
Nearly 200 people come to my house daily. All of them do not come for self-realization alone. But they understand that I would share their grief.
Sundaramgaru.
How do you console them?
Sri Nannagaru.
It cannot be understood by the mind. It cannot be explained in words.
Sundaramgaru.
I think it is in your glance.
Sri Nannagaru.
Recently, a devotee came from Gunapavaram. Her husband died in an accident. I spoke to her privately since she could not explain her problem. She asked the reason for the death of her husband. I asked her, "Will your sorrow reduce by knowing the cause?" If she wanted to know the reason, I would have told her. But that would not reduce her sorrow. The question you asked cannot be explained in words. A person desiring to grow spiritually should be free from cunningness. In my spiritual life, I realized that one should not be cunning. One should come out from this. It is a major hurdle for spiritual progress. Whatever spiritual practices or virtuous deeds he does, would go to waste. As I explained the other day, what is the use if one earns 16,000 rupees but spends 18,000 rupees on cigarettes? Similarly, if a person does not come out of cunningness, he will always be in minus, irrespective of whatever sadhana he does.
Sundaramgaru.
A lot of people come to you. Do you expect different types of individuals?
Sri Nannagaru.
Different types of people come to me. Some people come for employment. Some are political leaders, and some with ill health. I know who is coming for what purpose. I know how to deal with them. I don't take everything to heart. Some come for donations, some for openings, some for popularity, and some regarding industries. I don't consider all of them as spiritual seekers.
Sundaramgaru.
If you have taken them close to your heart, does it mean they have a spiritual urge?
Sri Nannagaru.
Their pure heart and spiritual urge only can bring them to me.
Sundaramgaru.
Do you also take care of their physical life in addition to their spiritual life?
Sri Nannagaru.
Most certainly. Not for the sake of it, but that aspect also is essentially seen.
Sundaramgaru.
Did you achieve any siddhis?
Sri Nannagaru.
I don't have any thoughts about such siddhis. Some devotees respectfully bring books on Baba, etc. How much ever regard I have towards them, I skip the pages explaining their siddhis and read the rest. Actually, in any book, I read only useful topics and leave the rest. Criticism is unnecessary. That is my policy. Recently, some Muslims came to me. They said they could understand the Quran better after listening to my discourses.
Sundaramgaru.
Bhagavan's teachings or your teachings are not based on any religion. Anybody can follow.
Sri Nannagaru.
What you say is 100% correct. I don't get into the complication of religion.
Sundaramgaru.
One Czechoslovakian wrote in the Mountain Path magazine that he accidentally learned about Bhagavan. By following Bhagavan's teachings, several hundreds of people achieved self-realization. We were surprised to read this. Bhagavan and Sri Ramakrishna knew very well that the present generation would have neither expertise in language nor the time to read Puranas or Upanishads. Hence Bhagavan gave us Jnana Marg, and Ramakrishna gave us Bhakti Marg.
Sri Nannagaru.
It is enough Sundaramgaru to explain that even Vaishnavites come to my house. I respect them also. There is no shortage of respect. But this marg or path is suitable for us. It is a simple and ready-to-eat dish.
Sundaramgaru.
I think getting into this marg or path is difficult. In earlier births, we had purchased dishes and provisions. That is why it is a ready-to-eat dish. After this, there is nothing.
Sri Nannagaru.
I also quote Ramayana and Mahabharata while dealing with the subject. Not for the sake of it, but some diversion for them. As we take pickles along with curd rice, these narrations help in supporting the subject.
Sundaramgaru.
Ramana Maharishi's teachings are very subtle. The purpose of your incarnation is to explain these teachings to ordinary people who do not have the expertise to understand the language, nor can they do any sadhanas. It is not an easy talk. But still, you are doing it relentlessly. Simply giving lectures is different from delivering the discourses after experiencing the truth.
Sri Nannagaru.
Talking is different and talking with experience is different.
Sundaramgaru.
You are born for a purpose. Yours is a Karana Janma. Bhagavan was born with a purpose, which he fulfilled. Yours also will be the same.
Sri Nannagaru.
I have no wavering about it. Nor have I any wavering in my devotion towards Bhagavan. There is no wavering in devotion, like feeling something on Saturday and something else on Sunday. I never even had the feeling that I missed the opportunity of seeing him alive.
Sundaramgaru.
Kanakama Garu said, "We have seen Bhagavan. But you people are enjoying that ecstasy without seeing Bhagavan and without experiencing his love through his piercing eyes. You all are incredible devotees."
Sri Nannagaru.
I am aware of his inner guidance. It is as clear as one gets the feeling of touching one hand with the other. Just imagine that somebody is talking for half an hour. If we carefully listen to him and observe, we can easily determine whether his talks contain some glimpses of truth or are just blah blah. In this world, there are many types of people. But for us, Sattvaguna is most important. It cannot become a world if different kinds of people are not there. With this, we have the advantage of understanding the strength of our sattva guna. That is most important. They all are our gurus because they all increase the strength of our sattva guna.
Sundaramgaru.
When the disciples or devotees come to your house to seek your advice, do you give suggestions?
Sri Nannagaru.
I listen to them patiently when they narrate their worldly problems. Their problems are solved to some extent just by our patient listening. If I know the solutions, I advise them. If I don't know, I keep quiet. After understanding the situation, I advise them in such a way that they do not lose their patience. This approach helps thousands of people. At least they get some relief when I listen to them. Even when they narrate their worldly problems, I don't feel any inconvenience. If I know, I will give suggestions. Or else I advise them to contact their relatives if they have a solution.
Sundaramgaru.
You are visiting several villages. You are listening to hundreds of people. Discourses are given for hours together. Don't you feel tired?
Sri Nannagaru.
An hour's rest is enough when the body gets tired. Many people come to me for peace since this is unavailable in the market. Muslims attending our discourses expressed that they could understand their Quran better. When I inquired, "How are you all doing?" they replied, "When you are with us, how can our position be bad?" When I informed them about my Hyderabad visit, they requested me affectionately not to stay there for long. They said, "We have mosques. There are people to explain Quran in mosques. But they do not know about Quran. After listening to your speeches, we can understand Quran better." I never leave the ground realities of the day-to-day life. Actually, what I tell them is education. If anybody tells us any problems, I listen to them carefully. Even that is part of sadhana. Sometimes they are emotional. Then, without hurting their ego, I calmly advise them to soothe their emotion. Noticing their negative thinking, I carefully try to correct them. Sometimes if they are hurt, it is enough if I console them. We should be careful not to hurt their feelings when talking to them. That is possible only in sattva guna. If we explain to them without hurting their feelings, they will listen. That is why sattva guna is very important. There are different types of people. Some people neither live happily nor allow others to be happy. If they are not happy, it is all right. They don't leave the situation there. They don't let others be happy. The world is a mixture of all these types of people. Cunningness is the main thing. A pot with a hole can never get filled with water. Similar is the case with a cunning person doing sadhana.